Do you drink from plastic cups or use plastic straws? No? What about disposable plastic cutlery? Switching to sustainable utensils had a massive environmental drive. But the dangers of plastic around your food don't end here. Did you know food packaging like cling foil, wrappers, tins, and Tetra Paks also contain hundreds of life-threatening chemicals? Today's video will explore the dangerous chemicals in food packaging and how they alter the quality of your life. Does it cause cancer? What about infertility? We're discussing all that and more. Hey viewers! I'm Dr. Sophia Fahl and welcome to the Lovers of Good Health channel. Before we begin, kindly use some of the time to subscribe to this lovely channel and leave us a like on this video to support the channel. Thanks for doing that. Now let's begin. The word plastic originates from the Latin word plasticus, which means the capability of molding. It was first invented in 1869 by John Wesley Hyatt. This revolutionary discovery changed the course of the world forever. A lot of complex procedures are involved in the actual production of plastic. It forms by uniting multiple polymers. Polymers break down to monomers generally derived from bio-based or synthetic sources. Cellulose, coal, natural gas, and plastic are a few synthetic sources of plastic. In contrast, bio-based plastic can come from carbohydrates, starch, oil, and vegetable fats. Most commonly, the plastic you find around food comes from synthetic sources. The Second World War saw a massive rise in plastic production. Within no time, plastic took over every aspect of modern life. Using plastic was a convenient, stronger, and cheaper option. But humanity had to pay a different price for it. Plastic debris started accumulating around the oceans within a decade and entered our food chain. It posed a threat to aquatic life too. But then, plastic pollution was just one of the multiple problems that using plastic brought. Are you wondering why plastics have earned that lousy reputation? It's because of its chemicals. Realistically, there's a heap of chemicals around us. They are present in pesticides that get sprayed over your food, polluted air, water, and cosmetics. Have you ever heard of BPA? BPA or bisphenol A is one of the few chemicals added to plastic to increase flexibility. The unique quality of BPA is it does not let the plastics shutter after cooling or heating. It is necessary to produce everything from plastic bottles to milk cartons, cans, food containers, and even thermal paper receipts. Plastics cannot lock this chemical in them for long. Eventually, they start leaching out BPA, which can quickly enter your body when you come in contact with plastic. The scariest thing about BPA is it mimics the natural hormone estrogen. It acts as an artificial hormone when it enters your bloodstream. BPA leaching expedites when you store hot food in takeaway boxes or reheat food in plastic containers. The toxic effects of this chemical compound are devastating. Studies have confirmed BPA causes cancer, infertility, retarded fetal development, mess up your brain function to cause Alzheimer's and dementia, diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure. The list goes on. According to a study, scientists found a significant amount of BPA in the urine, sweat, and blood of 16 out of 20 participants. But are you breathing a sigh of relief because you only use BPA-free plastic? Then we have some bad news. Plastic manufacturers take advantage of partial customer knowledge. In making plastics BPA-free, they add BPS and BPF. These two chemicals are even more dangerous than bisphenol A. They release more estrogen and thyroid, which negatively affect your endocrine functions. And it's not just these phenolic compounds that make plastic potentially hazardous. Phthalates share equal blame. These industrial chemicals soften polyvinyl chloride. They are present in cosmetics, personal care products, household cleaners, and food packaging. A dozen studies in the past have confirmed phthalates to have a strong link to asthma, male infertility, autism, lower IQ in children, breast cancer, type 2 diabetes, and many other disorders. Hear what the award-winning author and health wellness coach, Dr. GoodHealth Goldfarb, says about the side effects of BPA and phthalates. The world produces over 300 million metric tons of plastic waste each year. The worldwide plastic epidemic called forth the researchers to further investigate plastics. A bunch of Swiss scientists started analyzing the quality of food-grade plastic containers and their toxicity. The results were nothing less than a shock to the scientific community. At the end of their study, the scientists concluded that most of the food wrappings contained 388 harmful compounds. 352 of them had the potential to cause cancer and wreak havoc with your reproductive system. Such substances are called CIMs, short for carcinogenic, reproductive, and mutagenic toxic substances. They also found 22 hormone-like substances that could disrupt the smooth functioning of your body. Additionally, 32 compounds possess the risk of staying in your system for a long time. Acrylamide, styrene, and vinyl chloride are a few harmful monomers used to make polyacrylamide, polystyrene, and polyvinyl chloride, respectively. Endocrine-disrupting chemicals, or EDCs, were also of particular concern as they disrupt the equilibrium of the endocrine system. As the study advanced, the scientists found 127 more polymer molecules that could enter the food. The statistics are daunting. What is most startling is that the manufacturers added these chemicals unintentionally to the food packaging. And the manufacturers were doing nothing against the law. After analyzing the severity of the situation, the lead author of the study, Dr. Jane Monkey, PhD, ecotoxicology and environmental scientist, and the managing director of the Food Packaging Forum in Zurich, Switzerland, along with the team, created a list of food contact chemicals of concern and presented it to the European Union. The EU decided to use the list as a guideline for improving customers' safety and implementing farm-to-fork chemical strategy for sustainability programs. Now let us look at another study that further dug in to find how much plastic we consume daily. Microplastics and nanoplastics from contaminated foods have reached almost every cell of our body. The scientists found sugar to have 0.44 microplastics per gram, whereas salt contains 0.11 microplastics per gram. Alcohol and bottled water contain 0.03 and 0.09 microplastics per gram, respectively. Overall, an average human consumes around 80 grams of microplastic via plastic-infused foods. Are you getting worried about the notorious chemicals in your body? Well, there are ways to reduce the toxic overload on your body. It will not happen overnight, but continued efforts can make a difference. Making too many changes in one go can be overwhelming and expensive. Plastics are convenient and can keep the food fresh for longer. But switch to biodegradable food containers when you are on the go. They can disintegrate into natural products. Biodegradable packaging from bamboo, coconut, sugarcane, or almond shells safeguards the environment. When such products land in the sea or garbage landfills, they quickly decompose without forming toxic substances. Make small, but measurable efforts every day. The next important thing you could do is stop buying bottled drinking water. Invest in a water filter or check with your local community if drinking tap water directly is okay. While carrying around a drinking bottle, make sure you stick to stainless steel or glass bottles. Avoid plastic dining plates, bowls, and cutlery too. Instead, use ceramics. Storing food in plastic containers inside the fridge is so handy. Heating the same container for a few minutes in the microwave and finishing the lunch or dinner drill can be super simple. But it's time to ditch the plastic containers, even if it is Tupperware. Are you dicey about using silicone? Store your leftovers in glass containers. Use them for reheating or go to the good old gas stove and a pan. Rather than using single-use plastics, focus on reusing materials. Support businesses that focus on sustainable methods. For example, consider the loyalty programs of cafes insisting on steel refillable containers. You might have to pay a deposit for that takeaway cup, but the next time you come for your beverage, you will get a clean, eco-friendly stainless steel cup for your next takeaway. Buying more bulk food can also reduce the incidence of packaged foods. Once you stop using plastics, your body will slowly start removing the micro and nanoplastics. Eliminating toxins is impossible, but you can definitely decrease the toxic exposure. Have you ever wondered about improving your chances of becoming parents? If you are in the thick of infertility and looking for tangible options to boost fertility, a few foods might help. Are you making a conscious effort to eliminate plastic from food wrapping? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for your time, and see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video for more content like this one. Bye for now.